Chris Lovell here with another edition of Pirate Talk. Colton Kuntz taking care of us behind the camera as always. Will Flemons, one of my favorite people, and Red Raider legend, and just good person extraordinaire. Talking to me is my guest today. It is kind of a special edition of Pirate Talk because we are talking to Coach Flemons really on the cusp of hopefully a lengthy playoff run. So, good season for you, and I want to get into the ups and the downs and all those things of a basketball season because it's a marathon.
It is.
It's a marathon. But did you think this was a playoff group before the season started, or was it going to be like it's going to be tough? I mean, you take me through that dynamic.
Well, when it started the season, I always thought that we have some very skilled players, and we're gonna, like you said, basketball season is up and down, and we're going to hit a rough patch. Now, the most important thing is how you're going to respond to it. I didn't know how tough our kids were going to be mentally prepared for it. We've got guys that's been in the playoffs, and, last year we went 2 rounds. But how are we going to be mentally prepared when someone comes in and punches in your mouth? And that was the concern. And we tried to beef up the schedule. We went to the Dallas tournament, and we played some tough teams to prepare for our grueling district.
I mean, you played Alito. I'm trying to think of some of the teams you had back in the November, December, but you guys didn't shy away from anybody. Playing against 6A programs, yes, and this was on purpose.
Absolutely.
For right now.
For right now,
yeah.
Yes, sir. We got a chance to play North Crawley, and that was an eye-opening experience for the guys. But I'm like, that's what you have to play. This is what you need to do to get ready for what we plan for in the future.
Yeah.
So.
Your district was because this is a unique situation with your district. One, it's a bloated district. It's
yes,
big, and so I didn't particularly like it from afar in that it started so early that
yes,
you miss out on some of the fun holiday
yes,
tournament and things like that because you're playing. You guys started district play
December 3rd. I think it was 3rd.
Yeah, and you're still trying to figure out what your team is at this point.
Yes.
And you've just gotten kids that have come over from football,
yes,
and like it's but yeah, I guess everybody else is dealing with the same thing. It's just tough. The calendar was working against you.
Yes, it was. When we play your first district game December 3rd, and you're playing, and then football's over, and you're trying to mesh some of those kids in, and then still keep the chemistry over the guys that's been here. I mean, it's tough, but you have to find a way of getting it done, and we got good kids. So that's the positive thing. They got good kids, and they'll play hard, and that's all you can ask for. If you can play hard, I'm 55, and I've never seen a perfect game played. So you're gonna have mistakes. As long as you play hard, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Bob Knight used to say that he was just striving to ever just see or coach in the perfect game, and I'm like that's in this sport, it's just an impossibility.
Impossible.
The ball bounces there's officials involved. Kids wake up making everything one day, and then they wake up the next day, and it's like they can't throw it into the ocean. That's just So with this district that you had I think, how many district games total was it? 16?
16.
Yeah, 16. So it's a marathon. So
yes,
when you start it, it's hard to see the end. And you went on and just to kind of speak to that, there was a 5-game losing streak.
Yes, sir.
There was also a 6-game winning streak.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure you're probably feeling the lowest of lows and the highest of highs within weeks of each other.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, so take me through that dynamic of what you're saying to them really at either point.
Absolutely. The district's so big. We didn't get into the Caprock because I knew the district was so big, and we needed legs because we're in district when the Caprock happens, and then as soon as Caprock over, we're playing a district foe. And so
the Caprock tournament, which Lubbock Cooper High School was a host.
Yes,
and it's the holiday tournament that's been around
absolutely
for forever. But you've got district games right in the midst of that,
right in the middle of it.
Yeah,
and so we chose not to do that, and we went to Clovis and had a tough game there and dropped it. And then it kind of started a downhill spiral for us. So, and then we started playing back in district. We have Monterey at our place. First time we played Monterey. They got some sick guys. We've coming off some sickness, and they just take the game from us at our house. And it kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit. And then the next 3-4 games we dropped. So it's 5 games in a row. you're thinking, what is going on? Are we going to be able to piece this together? And then you come back to your senses and you go, okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's do the things that got us here first. So we went back and we started working on our defense. Most of the time our defense turns our offense over, so it's good. And we started getting a little bit more confidence. We win one. Okay, let's build on this one. We build on this one. And then all of a sudden we win 6 straight.
Life is good at this point. Yeah, like, man, food tastes better. The sun shines a little bit brighter. The whole thing. It's like, I mean, the whole. It's just funny how you feel like. I think it used to be around a coach all the time that he would say, "Peacock one day, feather duster the next," and you know who I'm talking
yes,
about. And it's like outhouse to penthouse, that whole thing, and all that. But it just shows you how the mental part of the game, and but defense translates all the time.
Always.
Yeah.
You can have a horrible game offensively, but defensively, it's effort, just absolute effort and heart. I'm going to determine you're not going to score on me. That's it. I'm going to help my team. And then, the last couple of games where we against the 2 best teams in our league, Amarillo High, we played great for a half, and then they kind of like a slow burn. They just keep doing what they do, and I think they beat us by 19. And then we come back and we have Paladura and have a chance. If we win this, we're tied for second. If we lose, we're in fourth. And goes into overtime. And just a great game, great atmosphere. It was more like a playoff atmosphere, and that's what you need right before you go to the playoffs. And knowing both teams were in the playoffs, we just laid it all out there. They came up and won by 3 at the last second or 2. So it was a great game. We had a shot, and that's all you can ask for. Kids fought hard, played with some grit. And you got to have that in the playoffs. You got to have that. I'd rather have grit than more talent. So, we're turning that corner. And last thing I told him, I said, I'm not satisfied. I hope you're not either. Just remember the feeling we had when we were in Fort Stockton. We don't want that feeling yet. We want to make sure we keep going.
That's the beauty of the sport that you're involved with here, is that. If you put together, a couple of 3 games here, it's like it can really change. You'll never remember that losing streak ever again. It's all about this time of year, and it just it's just one at a time, time. And even really good teams show up some nights and they just don't have it.
That's right.
They just don't have it. The shots don't go in, and all those things. So playing against a zone defense, which is what how much holdover is their roster from being a district mate with you guys last year?
Yes.
How much crossover, or how much? And did y'all have any common opponents this season? I think Monterey was on
Monterey, yes,
yeah.
Monterey, and then
Lubbock
we had the Lubbock High, Monterey, and then we had the early scrimmage at Monterey, and we got a chance to scrimmage against them.
Oh.
So, it's one of those things where we see it. And then, like we played Abilene Cooper and in their district, so we play each other, and, we talk Coach Bacon and all that kind of good stuff. But it's just two good friends battling it out.
So no secrets.
No secrets.
Yeah,
no.
And there's some familiarity, which I guess in a way is good or bad. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to surprise anybody. Have you used to play for a coach a long time ago that used to like throw his sport coat around and stuff when he'd get frustrated? When's the last time you got mad during a game? Like really mad?
Really mad. Oh.
Because Coach Flemons, I mean, he is one of the nicest, most positive people that you would ever be around. I love when I see him because I know exactly what I'm going to get. But have you ever been really, really like legitimately angry during a game?
I think one time I have.
Okay.
I have. And
Story time with Coach Flemons.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's funny because parents and fans get a chance to see just the product. Okay, they don't come to practice and talk to this young man and go, okay, this is going to happen. You got to do this. You got to make sure that you move your feet. Your first step back on defense is back. Don't let him drive the middle because we're taking off the middle. Yeah. And we coach this all week for like 2 or 3 days before we play. Yeah. And so I put this young man in the game, And as soon as before I put him in, I'm like, hey, remember, I'm putting it on him. You know, he wants to attack the middle. If he's on this side, he's going to attack the middle. You got it? Yeah, I got it. Get him to the table. Hey, remember, not the middle. I got it. Sure enough, as soon as I put him in, the guy gets the ball on the wing. He goes, what are you doing? I just said this. But, you know, at the same time, my worst thing I hate for players to do is, my bad. I know. We just talked about this. Yeah. But, you know, he's like, my bad. And I'm like, come on, you got to get it right. And, you know, you're bad for a split second, but you got to change that. And then you got to build. You got to build back up. Come on, get it back. Make the next play. Next play. Yeah. And so that's what I try to do. They know I'm an emotional coach. I can't do anything without having emotion and having passion about it. And I tell our guys the same thing. If you're not having some type of emotion or passion about what you're doing the wrong thing. You know, it's like playing basketball. You chose to do this sport. You know, you had a ton of kids trying out for this, would love to be in your shoes. This is what you chose. Be passionate about it. People would love to have your spot out here. Yeah. Embrace this thing, man. I mean, this is something that you love. It's going to be for memories for your lifetime. Have fun with it. Don't leave any regrets out. And that's what I try to coach. I love this sport. I love impacting young minds, not only on the basketball court, but what we do in life. Yeah. I mean, it transfers over. You're going to have sometimes in life, and we all know this, we've had this, not hopefully not a lot of it, but sometimes you work for people that you don't particularly care for, but you have to put food on the table for your family. Yeah. Okay? Then you have people that you just love and would die for, and, man, you give it all, but you have to do that all the time. If you're talking about a little nugget for wisdom, life, every second, every day, live it to the fullest. Don't leave any regrets. When you lay down at night, look in the mirror. God, I did my best. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and you and I are both fortunate enough to be happily married. And I would just tell you, when you go home every night, no more my bads.
Yes.
I'm just telling you, man. The missus is not gonna have it. I've heard this enough. Yeah, no more my bads. Yeah, like I love it. Hopefully, no more my bads with your team coming up in the playoffs, man. Seriously, I always love visiting with you. You're one of my favorite people. You stand for all the right things, and good luck, man, against that zone. Hey, pass fake, boys.
No doubt.
Yeah, pass fake. All that stuff. Okay, so. This game will be on Tuesday night. Yes, I believe tip time is at 6:30. We will go on the air at 6 p.m. on 100.7 The Score. You might even have a special guest on the radio. I think there's some rumors that my man Chip Darden going to put on the headset that night and kind of help call the action. So looking forward to that with Coach Poe and all that. But hey, man, Coach Reich, Coach Flemons, you guys do a phenomenal job. Good luck to the seniors. It will not be your last game. You will keep this thing going against Abilene Wylie, and maybe we'll get old Coach Flemons in here to talk about the second round matchup and all that if things fall right. So anyway, that'll do it for another edition of Pirate Talk. Appreciate you tuning in. For Colton Coons, for the great Will Flemons, this has been Chris Level. We'll talk to you next time.